he did not predict how I was actually going to come at him.
So he didn't know that you were going to do this.
He had no clue.
Okay,
and
so this is a very unique angle you took.
Yeah, and it's funny because the core of the argument's actually twofold, and people only picked up on the one, but I can explain the other end of it.
Would you mind watching this first,
Sure.
and then you giving it to us? Rob, go ahead.
Inbreeding has been occurring at a high rate for about 1,400 years since the early Islamic period, encompassing most of the land still occupied by Islam today. It spread from the 8th to the 15th century, moved into Persia, North Africa, South Asia, where it remains and has created some of the dumbest human beings on planet Earth. The most common type of inbreeding is first cousin marriage. The rates of first cousin marriage in comparison to Christian nations is staggeringly high, even in comparison to regions occupied by Arab Christians. When a nation has both Christians and Muslims, Muslims are often double or higher than Christians. Example, India, Lebanon. Next slide, please. Muslim inbreeding. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Pakistan at 65%. 65%, meaning more likely than not, you're having sex with your cousin, and if you're not, you're the weird one.
2/3 is incest.
Okay? For the low IQ members of MDD, that means these people are more likely than not having sex with their aunts or uncles' children. Saudi Arabia, 50 to 58%, with an average 76 IQ. Who would have thunk it? UAE, 54%, 82 IQ. The crown jewel of the Arab world, you are more likely than not to be banging your first cousin. Iran, 40%, 80 IQ. Yemen, 45%, 62.9 IQ. Qatar, 30%, 80.8 IQ. Now, we're going to continue, right? Oman, 36%, 78. Syria, 39%, 74 IQ. Turkey, 25%, 86 IQ. Jordan, 32%, 80 IQ. Egypt, 32%, 76 IQ. It goes on and on and on, and it just never gets better. Next slide, please. Thank you. Compared to Christian countries, let's take a look. Usually less than 1%. Now, I wonder why Christians build better societies, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's keep going. We want to pull up the slide.
He's really
here.
upset here.
Moving right along. As countries become more Christian, inbreeding declines. Right? We can see this from church intervention in Spain, 20 to 30% post-Reconquista. Catholic Church banned cousin marriages for commoners, papal dispensations sold for royals. Italy, similar high rates in the medieval period. The church enforced bans over the century. France, high medieval. Canon law prohibited marriage within 4 degrees of relation.
You can pause it right
Modern
now. Okay, tell us. So you're explaining this. The argument is higher IQ, better society, better jobs, better economy. Low IQ, you make worse decisions, not the best opportunity, not the safest society. What was the second point you were trying to make?
Yeah, so the debate, the framing was, which makes a better society, Islam or Christianity? I knew that Daniel's attack would be Christian societies have degeneracy in it. The easiest way to combat that is, well, I think it's pretty degenerate to be humping your first cousin. Okay, I think that's way pretty degenerate
and
myself.
He reacted to you, right?
Right.
Robbie, there's even the reaction of him where the audience laughs, I believe, and is if you think the worst, no, not this one. It's a 14-second clip that, Rob, that you have. You had it a minute ago, 14-second clip. That's it, yes.
If IQ is the end-all, be-all, your entire argument is on the basis of IQ. You haven't said, you just say, marrying your cousin, effing your cousin, that is degenerate. On the basis of what? It's not on the basis of your Bible. It's just a degree. Yeah, laugh it up, laugh it up.
Oh my God.
You hear what he just said?
It's like, so what? Like, it's like, and?
Well, I knew that
man.
I knew that this was going to be bad for him going into the debate because I knew that he would have to double down and defend first cousin marriage. I knew it because this particular sect of Islam that he represents, they're crazy, okay? And if he were to try to go against it, his head's now on the chopping block, right?
Literally.
So it basically put him in a pincer, but that wasn't even the core, right? The core, the crux of the argument wasn't just that we build way better societies as Christians because we've outlawed inbreeding. So our collective IQ is high enough to, not have donkey pull cart. The core and the crux of the argument was really about ethics. They're constantly appealing to people they consider to be ethically inferior to them to not wipe them out. They're constantly appealing to societies 10 times more sophisticated than their own to just literally not wipe them out and take all of their resources, which means they're banking on our benevolence, literally banking on Christian benevolence. If that's the case, how are you going to say we're the worst people on, our ethics are wrong, we follow the wrong God, we're not doing things right? You're banking on the benevolence of Jesus Christ to restrain us from going to the most oil-rich portions of the world and not just putting you all to the sword. What's to stop us from doing that? Only our ethics. Only our ethical purview and faith in Jesus Christ is what prevents that from happening to you. So how about a little gratitude? How about a little gratitude towards these Christians you demonize all the time? How about a little thank you for stopping and restraining the hordes from going over with their enormous technology and just putting you barbarians to the sword? Because we could.
Yeah, you made the argument that there was a part of the debate where I think you said it'll never happen. You guys will never take over because you're always going to need us.
Not militarily.
Yeah, you're never going to be able to do it because you're going to need us. Your point with that was militarily.
Yes. Yeah, they could perhaps breed us out over time because of birth rates and other various things like this. But all you have to do right now is just look at the situation that they're in to note that they have a serious, serious problem here with mass organization and mobilization, and that has a lot to do with IQ. They hate Jews. Muslims hate Jews to the point of, it's wild how much they loathe them. This is an ancient conflict, by the way, and whether you say that it's right or wrong that they hate them, we can at least acknowledge that they do. Well, they have 9 million Jews in their backyard, and they can't do anything to them.
That was the point you were making.
Yeah, they can't do anything to them.
Yeah.
These people are completely and totally surrounded, right? And they just whip the shit out of them every time they get into an engagement. And it's because the IQ of Jew, and by the way, they bring up, for instance, they'll say, oh, well, there's incest and inbreeding in Israel too. It's true, but it's very low, very, very low percentage. And most of it, guess what?